Hi there, and welcome to my channel Simply Stocks. And today I'm going to talk about NCC, a very interesting construction company, and how the charts are looking and how the stock is looking. We'll discuss about it in detail. So let's get started. First of all, a disclaimer that this is not a stock recommendation, and people taking any position to any share that I talk about should that with their own due diligence and research. And I'm not in favor or against any company that I talk about. I'm not an official portfolio advisor or a member of the NSC and BSC, so kindly take that on note. And whatever discussions I have with respect to the markets, it's based on my experience over the last 11, 12 years being in the market, being a retail investor. So let's get going. Let me take you to the screener website and we'll discuss about NCC in detail. Before this, just a small request that kindly support me on Patreon. Once you do that, help me grow the channel. Help you also ask me questions and eke out answers in greater detail. Once you get the membership, you can ask me queries. You can have access to my portfolio. We'll have discussions on the world economy, on the economic spectrum, and the markets overall as to where it is headed. So there are a lot of content that is available there. So you can be a member on Patreon or on YouTube or on WhatsApp as well. So let's get going. So let me just discuss about NCC, and most of you might have an understanding about the company per se, but it is basically in the EPC contracting and BOT projects domain, and it works mostly in the you can say northwestern Indian and especially West India, say in Maharashtra, etc., Gujarat and so on and so forth. They have got major construction projects over the last 2 3 years with the government pushing on infrastructure and construction all over India. Now, if you look at the company as a whole, 9,000 crore market cap company, so a small cap company in its domain made a high of 162. It is near its high and doing well today. So what the stock has done is it has broken out of a major range. We'll discuss about it in a bit, but let me just give you an idea of the results. So in the June quarter, what they did was they did around 4,400 crores of sales versus last year in June they did 3,300 crores of sales. So this was a jump of over 30%, 32% in sales. In profitability as well, it jumped 32%, 33% from 308 crores. Profits went up to 409 crores or so. This is operating profit, and so the bottom line also swelled up. So eventually net profit was around 184 crores versus you can say 138 crores that came in last year in June. So last year in June, 137 crores that came in last year in June. So the trend is looking up. The trend is looking extremely good. If you look at it, in 21 they did around 8,000 crores of sales. In 22 it was 11,000 crores. In 23 15,000 crores, and this time around it looks like they will go closer to 18,000 crores or so in terms of sales. Balance sheet is strong. There is debt, but debt is not that huge. 6,000 crores of reserves versus 908 or 2,000 crores of debt. Remember, since it is in a high gestation period kind of a business, infrastructure kind of business, then there will be some sort of a debt that would be there with the company. In terms of the shareholding pattern, yes, so promoter hold only 22% stake, but FIIs and DIIs do hold a major chunk, and it looks like now FII, DII are getting into it a big time. From 20%, FII stake has gone up to 22.5%. DIIs, there has been some reduction, but major buying from FII that took place in the last quarter. In terms of, you can say, in terms of individual shareholders, Rekha Jhunjhunwala currently hold 11.2% stake. And then you add that 1.8, so 13% stake is with the Jhunjhunwala family. And you have another, you can say, large investor having 1% stake. So around 14% out of this 43% is with our shares, which would not be floated that easily into the market. So you can say around 29% stake is with the public shareholding, which is not that huge. So overall, the company is looking pretty good. Now, if you look at the charts, you'll have an understanding. So, in terms of valuation, first of all, the company is doing fine, around 14, 15 times earnings. If you look at the PE ratio, around 14 times. And if you look at 5 year average, it used to be 12 times. If you look at 3 year average for the company in terms of PE, and it's around 13 times. So it's not expensive at all, considering the kind of move that most of the mid and small caps have had. Even NCC has moved up from 90 to 150, 160. But valuations have not got stretched. So there is scope here in terms of market cap to sales as well. From a 3 year basis, trading at 0.6 times, which is relatively the average of 3 years in terms of market cap to sales. Now, technically speaking, if we go to the money control website, the stock is around, you can say, 153, 154, currently around 155. But the stock has done exceedingly well. So now, if you see here, this is probably a 3 months chart, if I'm not wrong. So this is the 3 months chart that I have opened up, and if you see here, there have been a big move from around these 119.20 levels. The stock surged to 160 or so, and then from around mid July, say end of July, over this last 1 month, with the market not doing much, the stock has consolidated. It has not declined, which is very positive. Terms of moving averages, the stock is currently around 153 is its 10 DMA, 151 20 DMA. I think 142 to 145 is a strong support. Remember, 141 was the level that was major resistance, and took that out. So I think 140 to 143 is your major support in here. Now, why I say that this looks pretty good on the charts is because of this. So if you look at the max chart of NCC, then you'll understand that the stock is primed to break out big time. So above this 141 levels, we see very little resistance up to 210 or so, 210, 215, 220. So from these levels to 220, and remember, those 220 levels were scaled in that 2007-8 bull run, and I think this stock could surge towards those levels in the, you can say, in the long run, say 2 years time or so. Not that immediately, but immediately it is looking pretty strong on the charts after the consolidation, so one can definitely have a look overall. So NCC overall is looking pretty good, and one can definitely have a look at it. So this was my video on NCC. Please do like and subscribe my channel, hit the bell icon so you can get my videos straight away when I post it, and kindly support me on Patreon. Thanks a lot for watching.